Hello, my friends, viewers, and followers. Welcome to this second Advent special. Today, further from the story of Book of Tobias, and I'm really excited to share this with you. I hope you're really enjoying the story as well as it unfolds on this second Advent. And I love Christmas. I love the Advent season. I love baking. I love decorating. I love all of this. I love my Christmas sweaters. Let's start with the book of Tobias, chapter 4. Therefore, when Tobias thought that this prayer was heard, that he might die, he called to him Tobias his son, and said to him, Hear, my son, the words of my mouth, and lay them as a foundation in thy heart. When God shall take my soul, thou shalt bury my body, and thou shalt honor thy mother all the days of her life. So, see, the old Tobias thought that God would hear his prayers and answer it by letting him die. God had other plans, though. For thou must be fulfilled what a great perils she suffered for thee in her womb. And when she also shall have ended the time of her life, bury her by me. And all the days of thy life have God in mind, and take heed, though never consent to sin, nor transgress the commandments of the Lord our God. Give alms out of thy substance, and turn not away thy face from any poor person, for so it shall come to pass that the face of the Lord shall not be turned from thee. And you hear my dogs in the background a little bit rummaging around here. So, according to thy ability, be merciful. If you have much, give abundantly. If you have little, take care even so to bestow willingly a little. For thus thou storest up to thyself a good reward for the day of necessity. See, that is just such a good advice. If you have little, still give a little. And if you have much, you can give much. Take heed to keep thyself, my son, from all fornication, and besides thy wife, never endure to know a crime. Never suffer pride to reign in thy mind, or in thy words, for from it all perdition took its beginning. If any man hath done any work for thee, immediately pay him his hire, and let not the wages of thy hired servant stay with thee at all. See thou never to do another what thou wouldst hate to have done to thee by another. Eat thy bread with the hungry and the needy, and with thy garments cover the naked. Lay out thy bread and thy wine upon the burial of a just man, and do not eat and drink therefore with the wicked. Seek counsel always of a wise man. Bless God at all times, and desire of him to direct thy ways, and that all thy counsels may abide in him. Isn't that good advice? I tell thee also, my son, that I lent 10 talents of silver, whilst you wast yet a child, to Gabelus in Ragus, a city of the Medes, and I have noted of his hand with me. Now therefore inquire how thou mayest go to him and receive of him the foresaid sum of money, and restore to him the note to his hand. Fear not, my son, we lead indeed a poor life, but we shall have many good things if we fear God and depart from all sin and do which is good. Chapter 5. Then Tobias answered his father and said, I will do all things, father, which thou hast commanded me. But how I shall get this money, I cannot tell. He knoweth not me, and I know not him. What token shall I give him? Nor did I ever know the way which leadeth thither. He doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know where Ragus in Medes is. Then his father answered him and said, I have a note of his hand with me, which when thou shalt shew him, he will presently pay it. But go now and seek thee out some faithful men to go with thee for this hire, that thou mayest receive it while I yet live. Then Tobias going forth and found a beautiful young man standing girded, and as it were ready to walk. And not knowing that he was an angel of God, he saluted him and said, From where art thou, good young man? But he answered, Of the children of Israel. And Tobias said to him, Knowest thou the way that leadeth to the country of the Medes? And he answered, I know it, and I have often walked through it, all the ways thereof, and have abode with Gabelus our brother, who dwelleth in Ragus, a city of the Medes, which is situate in the mount of Ecbatana. And Tobias said to him, Stay for me, I beseech thee, till I tell these same things to my father. Then Tobias, going in, told all these things to his father, upon which his father, being in admiration, desired that he would come in unto him. So going in, he saluted him and said, Joy be to thee always. And Tobias said, What manner of joy shall be to me, who sit in darkness, and see not the light of heaven? And the young man said to him, Be of good courage, thy cure from God is at hand. And Tobias said to him, Canst thou conduct my son to Gabelus at Ragus, a city of the Medes? And when thou shalt return, I will pay thee thy hire. And the angel said to him, I will conduct him thither, and bring him back to thee. And Tobias said to him, I pray thee, tell me, of what family or what tribe art thou? And Raphael the angel answered, Dost thou seek the family of him thou hirest, or the hired servant himself to go with thy son? But lest I should make thee uneasy, I am Azarias, a son of the great Ananias. And Tobias answered, Thou art of a great family. I pray thee to be not angry, that I desired to know thy family. And the angel said to him, I will lead thy son safe, and bring him to thee again safe. And Tobias answered and said, May you have a good journey, and God be with you in your way, and his angel accompany you. Then all things being ready that were to be carried in their journey, Tobias bade his father and his mother farewell, and they set out both together. And when they were departed, his mother began to weep and say, Thou hast taken the staff of our old age and sent him away from us. I wish the money for which thou hast sent him had never been, for our poverty was sufficient for us, that we might account it as riches that we saw our son. And Tobias said to her, Weep not. Our son will arrive thither safe, and will return safe to us, and the eyes shall see him. For I believe that the good angel of God doth accompany him, and doth order all things well that are done about him, and that he shall return to us with joy. And he didn't even know it was really the angel of God physically really accompanying him. And he just thought in spirit they would walk with him. So that's kind of cool. And these words his mother ceased weeping and held her peace. And we're now at chapter 6 and the last chapter for today. And Tobias went forward, and the dog followed him, and he lodged the first night by the river of Tigris. See, I love that a dog was coming along. I love this story. I'm sorry. I'm such a dog person. I'm so excited. Even in the Bible story, there's a dog accompanying them. And he went out to wash his feet, and behold, a monstrous fish came up to devour him. And Tobias, being afraid of him, cried out with a loud voice, saying, Sir, he comes upon me. And the angel said to him, Take him by the grill, and draw him to thee. And when he had done so, he drew him out upon the land, and he began to pant before his feet. Then the angel said to him, Take out the entrails of the fish, and lay up his heart, and his gall, and his liver for thee, for these are necessary for useful medicines. And when he had done so, he roasted the flesh thereof, and they took it with them in the way. And the rest of they salted as much as they might serve them, till they came to Rages, the city of the Medes. Then Tobias asked the angel and said to him, I beseech thee, brother Azarias, tell me, what remedies are these things good for, which thou hast bid me to keep of the fish? And the angel answering said to him, If those put a little piece of his heart upon coals, the smoke thereof driveth away all kinds of devils, either from man or from woman, so that they come no more to them. And the gall is good for anointing the eyes, in which there is white speck, and they shall be cured. And Tobias said to him, Where wilt thou that we lodge? And the angel answering said, Here is one of those, name is Raguel, a near kinsman of thy tribe, and he has a daughter named Sarah, but he has no son, nor any other daughter beside her. That's the woman that prayed that had 7 husbands who died. All his substance is due to thee, and thou must take her to wife. Ask her therefore of her father, and he will give her thee to wife. Then Tobias answered and said, I hear that she has been given to 7 husbands, and they all died. Moreover, I have heard that a devil killed them. Now I'm afraid lest the same thing should happen to me, and whereas I'm the only child of my parents, I should bring down their old age with sorrow to hell. Then the angel Raphael said to him, Hear me, and I will show thee who they are, over whom the devil can prevail. For they who in such manner receive matrimony, as to shut out God from themselves and from their mind, and to give themselves to their lusts, as the horse and the mule, which have not understanding over the devil, has power. But thou, when thou shalt take her, go into her chamber, and for 3 days keep thyself continent from her, and give thyself to nothing else but to prayers with her. So no sex. And on that night lay the liver of the fish on the fire, and the devil shall be driven away. But the second night thou shalt be admitted into the society of the holy patriarchs, and the third night thou shalt obtain a blessing, that sound children may be born to you. And when the third night is past, thou shalt take the virgin with the fear of the Lord, moved rather for the love of children than for lust, that in the seed of Abraham thou mayst obtain a blessing in children. So that's really interesting. So, as Jesus had said before, some devils can only be driven out by prayer and fasting. And that's what the angel Raphael is also telling Tobias here on the story. So, we continue on the third Advent. We continue the story. I hope you are really enjoying it as much as I am, and you enjoying your Advent time. God bless you, and I hope to see you soon again.